Mike is
I'm
muted.
so happy about that.
Hey.
What's up? Holy crap, we're bright.
Yeah. You look even whiter.
Yeah. We've had this issue before.
That's yeah.
We definitely have plenty of light. It's too bad we don't have this in the basement.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we're in front of the everybody, welcome to Norsemen Brewing Company. We are in front of, they have giant panel, actually with the Dino Days, they have pterodactyls and all kinds of stuff. So they have giant panel windows or garage doors in the front there. So,
which I think they're actually running the Dino Days just right down the street, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, at the depot down there, the railroad depot.
Yep. So yeah, it's just right here.
So we're gonna apologize for the whiteness.
Yeah.
We have plenty of light.
You have to excuse my friend.
Mm-hmm. He's a little white.
Hopefully everybody can hear us okay.
So, maybe we can turn around to one of these windows or something. So that might be obnoxiously white. But we get to see everything in the background here. And
do we have a chat up? There we go.
Yeah. Depends on if we're offensively white. Yeah. I always look like a ghost. So, all right. We are celebrating the release today of my brother is the head brewmaster at Norsemen Brewing Company in Topeka, Kansas. And when it came to batch number 300, he wanted to do something special for it. He wanted to do kind of a bowling tie-in because he used to bowl too. So he started talking a little bit about what we wanted to do. And he said, okay, what kind of a beer do we want and whatever else. And he wanted to go something a little bit different and kind of mesh craft beer and, you know, your typical bowling alley pitchers of Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, whatever else. And so he wanted to kind of do something to mesh those together. So I'll pull him in here in a minute whenever he's got a second here. But
introducing the Striking Viking.
Yeah.
Can you tell a little bit about the beer itself, like what's it got in it and whatnot? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, it's got it is a black cream ale with vanilla beans. And so cream ale is basically the style of that's kind of what it is Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, whatever else. They're cream ales. And so this is designed to be kind of a lighter drinking beer to begin with. Now, when we thought about the craft beer side of it, he's like, well, I can use a dark malt so I can make it look darker without tasting darker.
No, it doesn't taste dark at all.
And so then when we were making it, it came out a little bit roastier tasting than we kind of expected. And so he thought, well, it's a cream ale. Let's add some vanilla beans to it, make it creamy. And now it kind of tastes like a beer cream soda.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I mean, you look at it, you think, I'm going to taste that, I'm going to be able to chew it. And then you actually take a...
No, it tastes very cream. Cream soda.
It's really
exactly
good.
What it tastes like.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Yeah, we're also celebrating Dino Days here. So let me pull in.
Are you gonna pull up the dinosaur?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to pull. I thought I had the dinosaur paw. Let me add that in here. I'm not sure I added that in yet.
We are not. Really white.
Yes, definitely. Oh, there we go. Dino pretzels and French onions.
Oh yeah, here, check this out. I might have to.
Yeah, they have kind of a dinosaur exhibit just kind of down the road here. And so they were doing some Dino Days tie-ins. And so they've got, they have Scotch eggs, which they look like dinosaur eggs. And so they kind of made that work out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. And
they also have, they have dinosaur paw pretzels that they make here in house with a beer cream or with a beer cheese. And this is their French onion soup here. This is a picture of my lunch the other day, which is all fantastic. They make all of it here in house.
Very good food down here. Very good.
Here's a couple pictures of my my favorites here. I guess we're going to be in the background. So this is their Norseman classic salad with salmon on top. This is something I like to get for lunch because it's kind of light. And if you just get a salad, it's not very filling.
No, not at all.
So,
not a big salad guy, but that looks pretty good. Is that the one that James always gets when he's here? Last time he was here, he had a ginormous salad. Like,
because it's got prosciutto and eggs on it, and some nice romaine greens, and then of course
dessert.
Yeah, this is the goat cream cheesecake.
Gosh. You're fine. Don't you worry about it.
I'm gonna have Adam on the camera here in a minute, so if I put him on here, anybody else can be on.
It will not break the camera.
I don't think so. Here's a photo of the board here.
It's a mimosa cider.
I thought I saw the mimosa ciders in there. Papa's Milk Stout.
That's dangerous.
The Odin's IPA is still my favorite here.
Yeah, this is a photo from I don't know, 3-4 months ago. But this is kind of what they normally have on tap. They have a few guest taps, and then he's normally got about 10 to 12 beers on tap at a time. He's got all kinds of things.
In progress now. Yeah, there we are.
All right. Sorry, we're having connection issues. I just kind of figured that.
Yeah, having a little bit of connection issues, but we are back now. Can you guys hear us and see us okay now?
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know.
Well, it's not a Luke stream without difficulties.
All right. Yeah, we're having the connection issues here.
I don't know what the last thing we saw was, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well.
But we're back now, so.
Back here, hanging out, drinking some beers. We can talk a little bowling. We can talk a little beer. Talk whatever you
talk
want.
a little U.S. Open because that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, we can talk a little U.S. Open. Our buddy, should I tell him about our buddy Trevor last night?
We'll wait for Trevor.
Okay. He'll. If you're still with us when Trevor gets here, you'll like the story of that. Okay, sorry. Anyways, once again, Norsemen Brewing Company, Topeka, Kansas. This place is really cool.
And we're back. Better quality image than before. Yeah, I'm hot spotting on my phone. I was anyway.
Yeah, the beer menu board was the last thing, so they solved it when we disconnected.
No.
It says it seems like one of your streams are having connection issues. Angel? Okay, well, we're doing okay then. We're doing okay.
All right, I need to turn my phone off.
All right, let's talk a little. Whatever, actually.
Yeah,
you got something else on.
My computer for some reason, is trying to toggle back and forth between my hotspot and their Wi-Fi. So
Can you put forget down there?
no, it just I turned my hotspot off.
I'm assuming the sound's okay. Does everything sound okay?
Yeah. So anyway, we can talk a little U.S. Open
Yeah.
because that was kind of crazy the way that happened. The last round of qualifying
Was a little nutty.
Yeah, because
Cash
there
round
was
was too.
the people that got left out of the top 36
Yeah.
all had like 170, 180, whatever else, either their last game or their last two games or
Like back
whatever. And yeah, and just fell out of the number.
Yeah.
And Brad had a big game to make it into the cut, and then he made match play after that.
Yep.
I think him and Kyle kind of
Sneaked in again after Cash's round. They both snuck in.
Mhm.
So both not having a good go at it in match play so far, but
yeah.
I was able to turn on a little bit this morning. If Brad doesn't win another match, he can only say he beat Belmo in match play this week.
Mhm.
But it's good luck catching EJ Tackett, Tom Doherty.
Yeah.
I'm really, really rooting for, minus my shirt, I'm really, really rooting for Jake Peters. We talked a little bit about this Wednesday night. I'd really love to see that guy make the show, even just make the show, but I want to see him win. I really do. How cool would that be?
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous because he had, I'm sure everybody knows, but he's had some tragedy here recently, and he's kind of trying to get back, rededicate himself to bowling, and he's had some really good showings here recently.
Yeah. And did you see that video that USBC posted about him? That's really cool. If you haven't seen that, go to USBC's Facebook page and check that out.
Yeah.
I think it was on their Facebook page.
I think we need some Dino foot pretzels and beer cheese, I think, to munch on while we're slamming this stuff back.
I'm okay right this second.
My brother is actually upstairs running their beer yoga class. They have a beer yoga class where people come and do yoga and drink beer. So
That's kind of confusing. Doesn't it
yeah,
confuse the point?
Maybe you
Yeah,
should
I don't
send
know.
me an invite.
No.
Phone up
No,
there.
yoga is supposed to be relaxing, and then when you add beer to that, that's like perfect. They have
I
that.
kind of want to go do some beer in
Yeah, I
yoga.
know.
This is the downward dog position.
Yeah, that'd be really.
Sip my
Yeah.
beer.
Well, yeah, all you have to do is you can do downward dog and put a straw in your beer, and you'd be fine.
Oh, that's great. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, beer yoga. It's a thing.
That's awesome. I'm sorry. That's pretty cool. Beer and yoga.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty genius.
Yeah.
When I think of the yoga, I think of the couples retreat. You ever seen couples retreat?
No, I don't think so.
Oh gosh, with Vince Vaughn. But then I can't explain it. You have to watch it. So it won't do it any good.
Yeah.
That movie's hilarious. Have you seen couples retreat?
No.
It's where they're doing yoga, and there's a scene where they're doing yoga. They're doing they go to this trip where they think it's supposed to be like a vacation, but it ends up being a couples therapy deal.
Oh no.
Hold that hair.
And there's one guy. I'm not going to explain on the stream. We'll talk about it after this. But yes, you have to watch it. It's really good.
Yeah.
EJ, bet you all signed up for every class.
Yeah.
You know what?
I
I
need to do
might. I might need to. Actually, some yoga would probably do me good.
that. Yeah.
What do they do it at? Is it just right
No, they do. Yeah, they do it upstairs. There's a whole event space. I know that you can kind of see the rest of the brewery behind us. Yeah, this is like old school Luke streams, complete rambling and pop culture references galore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? We're just here to
True.
kind of hang out,
Also,
drink some beer, and talk. Oh, you changed the name. Did say Luke and Mighty Mouse.
yeah.
A ginger and a short guy.
Yeah.
I'm still loving this.
Ginger and a short guy walk into a bar.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. That's funny you said
Yeah.
that. It's kind of different to sit here and do this without.
We do the Dino paw pretzel and beer cheese.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
All right, beer menu board was last thing. I'm see catch up anything. But anyways, U.S. Open. And so I need to pull up a standings update. And see
Yeah,
what
pull up the standings list and see what we're looking at. They had the first round of match play last night. So what they're doing is they had they had 4 qualifying blocks. So they had practice all day Monday. And I was talking about this on my Facebook page about the money situation.
I'll start on that.
But they had qualifying Monday, 8 games on one pattern. Tuesday was 8 games on another pattern. Wednesday was, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 games each day on a different pattern. Then Friday they cut to the top 36. There was 108 or something like that.
Yeah.
In the field. So they cut to the top 36, and they had 8 more games to cut from 36 to 24. Now, once they get into the round of 24, then it's round robin match play. So all 24 bowlers bowl each other bowler one time, and they have a position round. The top 5 make the show. So they did the cashers round qualifying,
right,
for the top 36 qualifying 8 games Friday morning, so yesterday morning, and then they cut to the top 24, and then they had the first round of match play last night.
And they're bowling right now.
Yeah, so the next round of match play has started up now, and then they're going to have the last round of match play later this afternoon tonight.
Yes.
To figure out who makes the show tomorrow.
Your top 5 as of right now, the latest update that my phone is showing anyways. EJ Tackett, number 1. 2, Jake Peters.
Yeah.
3, Tom Doherty. So Jake Peters actually passed Doherty. 4, Anthony Simonson. 5, Belmo. So Belmo's shooting back up. That's what it's showing right now as of match play round 2.
Okay, so where's the what are we looking at for like Brad and Kyle there?
Brad Miller is sitting in 22nd.
Okay,
so
well that's kind of where he was at. I mean,
he's kind of hovering around there. Honestly, I don't think he was going to make a huge run anyways. He wasn't going to make the show.
No, that's what I'm gonna say. He's so far out of the number.
And Kyle's in 20th. So I mean, let's see how far back. So sitting right behind Belmo in 6th is Adam Johnson.
Yeah. Well, he was in the top 25 going into match play.
And he was in the show as of last night, I believe. So he is now sitting behind Belmo. He's 29 back.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean Rash has now got himself 54 sticks out of the show.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and he's been bowling really well here recently, too.
Honestly, if you're within 100 of the show with match play with the 30 bonus, you can get in there. Just get a couple wins under your belt. You're right in it.
It's right there.
What's the matter?
I'm going to share some places here.
Oh, okay. So
if it ever pops
everybody that's with us right now, I know we talked about this in our Breakdown Pair Facebook group, but what is everybody's picks? Of course, the popular pick's going to be EJ.
Yeah, he's up on top. But making the show versus actually doing something on the show is a different story. However, because again of the price, the payout,
terrible.
Where you qualify is going to matter huge. If you qualify first, you get no less than $50,000. You can get onto the show, have the worst day of your life. You can have a Tom Doherty 100 game and make $50,000.
Oh yeah.
But if you make the show and then somebody picks up the 710 against you to win, you can get $7,500 and finish it there.
I still can't believe that. We got a Luke Pickle.
Yeah.
By the way, I see James is with us today. Hi, James. It's been a while since I've really talked to you, other than Discord.
Yeah.
Even though he was here like 2 weeks out of a month, last month or whatever it was. And I feel like it's been forever. When am I going to see Mr. Shimrecker again?
I think he's coming down Memorial Day. No, Easter. Easter, I think, is the next time he's coming down because those are a couple pretty big tournaments, and those usually fill up. So
I saw that we have a couple of Discord guys coming to bowl the Easter weekend. I don't remember who. John was going to come down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else.
John L's going to come down. I don't know if
Malcolm?
Colin might come down. Yeah, I think Malcolm's going to be here too. So we got a bunch of people from our Discord that are going to be here. So
even better, it's in our home center.
Yeah.
And we get to sleep in.
Yeah. So we sleep in. We don't stay in a hotel room.
Yeah, we don't stay in a hotel room. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. He hasn't been here in like a month, and so.
Yeah. Nice shirt, by the way. I need to.
Yeah, I borrowed Angel's, but it's a regular large size. So.
I apologize if anybody's offended by the lettering, the wording on my shirt.
I don't give a heck.
It's funny that every time Raylan sees, huh? No, Brad sent this to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows a guy.
He sent this to me for Christmas.
Yeah. There's a guy, and he gets Christmas presents.
And yes, I should be there Easter weekend. Sweet. Shim.
Look, user on YouTube.
Yeah, he sent it to me. It showed up, and I'm like, really?
Oops, something went wrong. No.
Something went wrong with you getting rid of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
James already did.
Yeah, James, I got
Okay.
it. We're taken care of.
USNA.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it would be funny. So he was supposed to post on his social so that my Christmas picture.
Yeah.
Eh,
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
So we'll have some dino feet and beer cheese here. Let me show some of these pictures again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they lost connection. So they
yeah,
Yeah. So
the Dino V. There it is, right there. Check this
Yeah.
out.
this is
Kind of
we
looks like a
don't-
bunny rabbit.
Yeah. They did some dino feet pretzels,
Sorry.
but they make these in house, and then they make these are from scratch, and the
Here, I'll
beer
slide over.
cheese is from scratch.
right behind.
So that's also their French onion soup, which is amazing.
This is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, and this is
Granted, I've tried it before. But
yeah, but I think this is something like we were talking about that when we were talking about, and I didn't really do a whole lot of anything but stand there and take pictures, but he did talk about he had this idea, and it was more like he had the idea and agreed to it, that it was a really good idea, because I think that even people that are just used to Bud Light, Miller Lite, whatever else, this is going to be a little bit different for them, but it's kind of like a beer cream soda again. So it's not very heavy. It's very drinkable. It's something we're already half a mug in, and
it's smooth.
yeah.
It goes down real well. I could see myself drinking probably 3 or 4 of these.
So yeah, it tastes like a cream soda that's not quite as sweet.
It tastes, because of the last time. So when were we last year all together? That was the day it was snowing out.
Yeah,
it was when Riley and
it
James
was a
called.
month. Yeah, it was a month ago. So it was December. So it's been
And it was really
5
freaking
weeks.
cold, and we had a lot of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
But I want to say because it was still doing its thing in the
Yeah,
brew. It tastes a little different than it did that day.
yeah. So I think it tastes more vanilla-y.
Yeah.
Now I think the flavor, and give beer time to sit,
Right.
and it kind of develops the flavor a little bit more. So
Oh no, yeah, it's great. Except the one that turns into tastes like jalapenos.
The cocoa nibs. Apparently that's a thing. Cocoa nibs make stuff taste like jalapeno.
It totally tastes like jalapenos. Anyway, sorry, more rabbit trails.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing here. So
What's going on here?
I don't know.
That was Saturday of New Year's weekend. Yes. So Saturday of New Year's weekend.
Andrew Anderson looping the lane with a shock. Saturday of New Year's weekend. I don't know how he remembers that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. James, you have a smart brain. You actually could have done this to Facebook today too, by the way. You could have done this to our Facebook group.
Probably.
Because now that you've got the real version, you can do it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun because we had that day. We had you, me, Trevor, Haley, Amanda, Raylan.
Yeah.
The whole gang was here. Angel. Coffee, was it coffee what? The dessert coffee.
Oh, the toffee.
Toffee.
Yeah, the sticky toffee
Sticky
pudding.
toffee.
All right, yeah, just plop it over here in the middle somewhere.
Do you guys need anything else? There's some napkins over on this table. Yeah. I see what they're doing over here. I'll take care of them. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yep, so we got some
That was Saturday New Year's weekend. I'm just catching up on. We got it does look like Dino Days. That's funny. Hey, Andrew living lane with the Adrian shock. Can you say shocker?
Yeah.
Like
No, the shock.
Yeah.
Very underrated ball.
most underrated ball ever made. People are probably looking at us. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's a total joke. We promise.
Yeah, we've got the contrast all the way up, and try not to.
We are really white.
Yeah.
I'm white, but I didn't think I was this white.
Yeah.
Hold the napkin up to your face. Are you just as white?
Mhm.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Look at here. Now here.
It
Now
looks
look at
different.
this.
It looks, yeah.
That's-
Oh, no, we put the napkin up here and
Yeah.
we look better. We just need to
Now I look like I
hang
have a
it, yeah.
suntan.
We just need to hang a napkin up here and we'll be fine. Of course, my brother's got a beard, so
Yeah, he's got a long
maybe the
beard.
beard will kind of offset the,
brightness.
you know,
It's because we have a window in front of us here, like a big giant window.
yeah.
So when it's warmer outside, they're able to slide this up, and you can actually kind of like you're sitting outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually garage door.
So yeah, when the weather's nice, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is really neat because you can kind of sit there and turn around and have your beers on the outside. It's really neat.
Yeah.
Nebraska rolling the only 300 of the PBR was pretty sweet. Yeah, Nebraska, Mr. Trip 4 King himself throws it pretty good. Pretty good. He recently signed with Storm. He's a new guy because he came from Motive.
Yep.
And we call him the Trip 4 King because literally the guy, every Motive Monday, he posts a video of him tripping a four pin.
Yeah.
That's all he did. It's just tripping four pins. So everybody always tried to call him out on it. All right, I got to try this. Holy heck.
Yeah.
That's delicious. And the purpose of today's show, we're just kind of hanging out and
Yeah.
having some beers and answer some bowling questions. And yeah, you're not bowling anything this weekend, right?
No. I got all those plug jobs, if you've seen on Facebook or Instagram, I got all those plug jobs to finish and then working on some video stuff. And
I'm leaving bright and early in the morning. Heading to Hayes, Kansas, which is like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That should be fun, though.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. There's going to be some good players there. I'll get to see Riley.
Yeah.
He's bowling Derek Lewis.
Mm.
I'm trying to think who else is going. Of course, Trevor and Dylan are bowling together. That tournament usually brings out some pretty good doubles pairs.
Yeah.
So, drilling an Obsession Tour this afternoon. Hopefully, it lasts longer than my Activate did. The Obsession Tour is good. I like mine. I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah, the Obsession Tour is really good. Are we sharing this? Is this what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I get one paw and you get the other paw.
Did you have the left foot or the right foot?
I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Obsession Tour is really good. The one I need to throw more is my Black Widow Ghost. I need to throw that ball more. Because when I throw it, I like it. But I get stuck in my ways and like to throw stuff I'm used to.
Yeah.
See here. What else we got going on? Nothing really. We're just kind of sitting here watching us ramble and eat food. Drink beer.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what this is going to be. We'll get my brother in to talk about it in a minute.
Yeah. It also gives time for some people to file in here and hang out. We'll do. If you got some bowling questions, fire away too. So bowling ball, anything.
Yeah, let's do some questions here. If you got questions about anything, let's kind of use this as like a Q&A or something.
Yeah. We're just hanging out. At some point in time, we'll have some guests here.
Yep.
Not sure what time Trevor planning on coming, but
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Is the Spectre a must-have in the back?
Trevor. Yeah. I don't like doing the whole must-have thing.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I've thrown it quite a bit recently. It wasn't quite enough last night, so I threw my phase 3. But we've seen it all over the PBA tour so far. There was a lot of people using it as players. There's a lot of people using it even at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I've seen a handful of them. So.
Oh, the Spectres? Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of Spectres going down lane.
It's kind of like a High Road Pearl upgrade. And I did order a High Road Pearl because everybody's been asking about that versus the Spectre, the Wolverine, the Phase 4. So I'm going to drill a new fresh High Road Pearl.
Yeah, we talked about this last night a little bit. Yeah.
Compare everything, and
You're gonna compare it to a Spectre?
yeah, I'm gonna compare it to all kinds of stuff because I think the Spectre is kind of like a High Road Pearl upgrade. because it's got a stronger cover, so it's a little bit more stable, a little more blendy. You can use it on bigger volume stuff.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
And then you can, the core is a little stronger too. So it's just the High Road Pearl. The lanes have to get so dry for you to be able to throw it in the first place most of the time.
High Road Pearl?
Yeah, the High Road Pearl. That I just don't ever, most people don't have much of a use for it, but now the Spectre is kind of, updating the stuff like the IQ Tour and the High Road Pearl are kind of starting to show their age. The High Road can still kind of hang out, but some of that other stuff with that R2S is kind of, I think R3S is kind of the new R2S. So if we get like an R3S hybrid Spectre, that'd be pretty cool.
No, I do. There's a question from Shim, and then I'll ask a question. I actually have a question for the viewers. I'll play a little game with them. What's one ball type / specific reaction that each of you hope to get released in 2022? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start. I got to think about that one for a minute.
What I want is a bigger IQ Tour, because I've got a lot of stuff in my basement that can be a bigger IQ Tour. But, we go from like IQ Tour to Helios, it's just too far.
Right. I'm kind of on the other. I really want okay, let me word this. Make sure I word this right. I really want a ball that's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I think like an IQ Tour Pearl would be amazing. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong? Kind of like the Obsession. They have the Obsession Tour and they have the Obsession Tour Pearl.
Yeah, they're probably not going to do the Emerald again, because that's basically what it is, the gold ball. And
I honestly don't know.
No.
I haven't really thought that much about it. I'm still trying to learn all the new stuff I'm throwing now. But the question I have for you guys is, I need a. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely want a turkey leg.
Okay, let's do one of those and we'll kind of do it all for things. Yeah. All right.
I need a ball in the middle of my bag after leaving Motive. What do you guys think I should drill for the middle of my bag? Any brand, doesn't matter. I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm just curious to see what everybody thinks.
What James said, if we get a solid Spectre, that will probably be kind of what I want.
A solid Spectre would be good.
Yeah.
Spectres look good. I saw a ton of them going down the lanes this week. Ton of them.
All right. Pop in a few more of these.
See, I put a pinned message up there.
I just saw that pop up. It didn't just pop up, but I just saw it. Aren't you planning on doing some of this, like kind of layout-ish for like your videos and stuff like that?
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
Do you think the no plug rule and brace solid will eventually trickle down to league bowlers? No, I don't think that I'll tackle that one. I don't think USBC is going to adopt that rule, especially with how many bowlers they have. Or countrywide. You got a lot of older players that have to rely on certain things like that.
Yeah, I think it's just for the higher levels of competition, even in like the PGA or something like that, they don't allow that kind of aids at the top, the highest levels of competition. But for everybody else, it doesn't really.
Yeah. And I think the ban on the no plug is more leaned towards, what was it? I want to say the weight hole plug jobs that they did. I want to say that was leaning more of that because a lot of guys were still throwing those. Like the one that Belmo threw on the show for the players, he was still throwing one of the ones he had weight hole plug.
Yeah.
That's what my guess is. But
that's one of those things that my brain doesn't really work this way.
Yeah.
But people do all kinds of crazy stuff. Like if you drilled a weight hole into a ball and then filled it most of the way up back with styrofoam or something, and then just plug the top inch, you'd never be able to know. So you can have a weight hole without having a weight hole, or you could put ball bearings in there or something.
Yep.
So that's just stuff I wouldn't even think about.
Right. No, it's crazy, but like the brace thing, I'm also controversial. We talked a little bit about this on. Did I miss something?
Just looking at how white we are on the.
Oh,
My mind went sideways.
Oh, you guys did that to me last night. Don't start with me on that.
I should not speak. Should be the rule. I should just not speak.
No, yeah, that was great. I'm still on the controversial side of things, though, that I think they should ban it on the women's tour. It's a if it's a professional level, you should not need it to support.
Yeah.
Especially after O'Keefe comes out and says, I can adjust my hand to do this and this and this.
Yeah, I don't even have to adjust anything. I just adjust my robo wrist and.
Mm-hmm. No.
So.
Pop back up again. There's a couple questions down here. I feel like what's this?
Yeah, I'll pop that one up there. I feel like the game has passed. The IQ Tornado Pearl was just too early and lazy for me. The IQ Nano Pearl, I'm probably going to drill another one of those, and it's too early out of the box. Not really a fan of the surface on that ball out of the box once, because I fought it for 20 games, and once I got some lane shine on it, it was perfect. Really? So it was the IQ Tour, but it was more ball because it's got a stronger cover. So I wish that they do the IQ Tour Nano or 3S Solid or something. Like I said, just update. The R2S cover period just is not quite enough cover for today's conditions anymore, and I think you're seeing that with stuff. I mean, there's going to be some people that are going to have some success with the Phase 4, but it's been really hit or miss. And even if you watch some videos, like it didn't look great at HQ, and then it really didn't look great for Darren Tang, and I don't like it, and I just don't think it's a strong enough cover anymore. And I really like the IQ Tour, but I've got to keep the surface on it. Like the one that I have now that I like throwing quite a bit, it's just not strong enough. If I had that kind of a reaction, it was a little bit stronger. It just doesn't have the traction unless you have a 500 rev rate. So, and even, I think the Hustle Camo is even more usable for me in that situation. Probably what I need to do is just drill another PBR, because that's what our tour players are using when they want an IQ Tour type look. They're gravitating more to the Hustle PBR than they are the IQ.
Yeah, I noticed that this week, actually. I did notice that this week. And I feel like a ding-dong when I said I completely forgot the Emerald was recently out there. The IQ. Sorry, I threw another brand for a while.
Yeah.
But I still had one, but it cracked. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want my on that question, I know Storm's never going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see them go back and release some old balls. Like if they release an X Factor, I would just say shut up and take my money.
Yeah, this is another thing here too. Like maybe a Rubicon instead of and I've thought about getting another Rubicon, because E-Trax is basically R2S. I think it's a little stronger.
Yeah.
But it's basically R2S. But the Rubicon works because it's got so much stronger of a core. It's got that low RG, but it's got a whole lot more torque. So. Yeah.
That's not a terrible idea. Well, that was fast. Oh my gosh, that is a giant turkey leg. Yeah, that's not that's not a terrible idea, actually. Mark, that's pretty good. Something to think about. My wife has one. She throws a little bit of it. There you go. Look at a turkey leg. Holy heck. It's showing it perfect. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's definitely something to consider. Because right now I was kind of thinking to order another high road or something like that. It's not terrible. IQ Tour is the go. Yeah, I love the IQ Tour, man. Oh, so good. I had like 1 million games on mine. It got sold to Adam. Actually, Adam ended up with my IQ Tour. Not your brother, Adam.
Yeah.
Ended up with my IQ Tour and high road.
Mm. So yeah, the Rubicon might have to be another thing, and that's why I like stuff like, and especially with the no weight hole thing anymore, they're going to have to. I think the world is going to go more asymmetric. We're still going to have some symmetric stuff, I think everybody's working on building more asymmetric stuff and kind of different asymmetric stuff. And, so something like a Rubicon might actually kind of fix my problem, because the Helios is just, it's too much cover. And that's the problem. It rolls good, but it's just way too much cover. I can't get it down the lane. And if I do get it down the lane, I've got to just fling it. And it just, yeah, it's just, sometimes you need those medium strength covers, but stronger cores to give them a little bit more giddy up, but that aren't going to like burn up and stop and quit and whatever else. So,
Strata Hybrid, if you can find one. That's actually funny. That's the second person that's now told me.
mm-hmm.
I can find one. There's one in the Salmon Pro Shop, but they want $220 for it.
Yeah.
It's discontinued, so they're pretty pricey in there right now. So I think inflation's raised. Oh, thank you. I think inflation's raised some of the stuff. I've seen that in some shops. Everything I've walked in. But,
yeah, everything's getting quite a bit more expensive.
But I walked in there. I go $220. That's drilled. I'm like, ooh. No, thank you. Yeah, I've heard. That's the second person I've heard that about the Strata Hybrid. So, if I can find one, I might have to get my hands on one of those. Well, Tyler was telling me to drill one pin down, because that's what Stephen Keeler did.
Yeah.
And apparently Keeler has gone nuts with it, and he just did it.
Give Matt some turkey leg.
Angel's sitting here feeding us.
Yeah.
I feel like
This is great.
Yeah. Honey, if you're watching when we get home, can you just feed me?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Strata Hybrid, that's the second person I've heard that. So that might be a consideration if I can find one that's not stupid expensive. I thought about a melee jab, midnight blue, stuff like that. So I throw a little bit of everything now. How many games does the Venom Shock have before it loses this reaction?
Well, we probably need some more beer.
I'll do another one.
Yep. Yeah, bring his back and I'll see you.
Thank you. That's a good question. I had a ton of games on mine and never really lost. It just kind of slowed down a little bit. So
Loaded stuff really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's more or less just a cover prep
Yeah.
thing that happens with them. I've done a bunch of. I was in the pro shop. I always paid attention to that quite a bit from using the detox.
Yeah.
Motive covers have the least most motive covers are the least absorptive.
Yeah. I mean, Riley, James said something about he had 500 on one before it truly died. Wow, really? I can't remember how many games Riley had on one, but I know he had a ton, didn't he?
Yeah, everything settles in the first few games while it's settling in and kind of breaking that fresh cover.
Yeah.
That happens with everything that you buy, period.
Yeah.
Everything settles in.
I don't think Red Cat, I don't think he can talk about that yet. Unless he's able to touch on it at all.
Yeah.
Probably should stay away from it.
Yeah, probably just it's still far enough away from.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So let's unfortunately he can't talk about that right now. Yep. Thank you. It's Pro Bowling versus League. Can you pop that one up on the screen?
Yeah. I can talk about the gym in 2 weeks. Put it that way.
Oh, that's pretty good. Pro Bowling versus League Bowling. Do you think about it? Do you think about it? That advice matters to you. Vice versa. And most bowlers more help with different conditions. I'll let you start with that one.
I'm not quite sure what advice you're talking about, or vice versa, where most bowlers need more help, but with different conditions. Most of the time, the pros are versatile enough that they can make fewer balls work on more conditions. So most league bowlers are not as naturally versatile or experienced or. Thank you.
more Striking Viking. Usually we'll come here and try a little bit of everything, but we are featuring the Striking Viking.
Yep.
And I'm glad because it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if we start having some visitors show up here before too long. And there's your brother.
Yep. We might talk some Striking Viking here.
Yep.
Or you can talk while we eat turkey leg.
Yeah, don't mind us as you sit here, watch us eat, drink beer.
Yeah.
Throw lemons in. I've always.
Hopefully you're doing the same thing.
Yeah. Uh-oh. There he is.
Wait. Yeah.
The beard helps us not look so white.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of ironic. Every time we get on a stream together, we're always drinking.
Yeah. Oh, balls.
What happened?
Plugged in.
What was that?
The power cord.
Oh, you might need some power. Hey, look,
Yeah.
now we got power.
All right.
That's chairs for him.
Yep.
Yeah, the only problem with us turning that way, though, is everybody can see us in the mirror.
Yeah.
Here, let me scoot over for you.
Yep. There we go. All right. I'm going to do a little beer talk here. This is, and I got fancy tricks.
Angel. Thank you.
Yeah, we all look really white.
Yeah.
Very, very white. But yes, I have tricks. So yeah, this is my brother. This is the Brewmaster at Norsemen Brewing Company.
Master's a strong word. I don't know about all that.
And I have pictures too. All these pictures that we took, so I figured I'd just kind of go through and have you
Talk about the
kind of
process.
talk about the process when you come up with a beer. Just thinking about it to begin with. And obviously the concept for this was a little bit different because we were trying to make the bowling and trying to fit the bowling thing in, but I know that there's certain beers that are better, more popular at certain times of the year. But generally, when you think about making a new beer, kind of what kind of different things do you consider it, or do you research different styles, or what kind of?
Yeah, usually starts with just getting an idea off of a specific ingredient or seeing something that somebody else has done and then trying to take it, tweak it, make it more my style or something like that. And like this one, this is something that I really like to do is try and make something that tastes different than it looks. Because a lot of people are scared of dark beer, and it doesn't have to be super roasty and super heavy, and it can be fairly light. It only takes a sprinkle of dark malt to get the color, but you don't get a lot of flavor if you keep it in a certain quantity. So that's one thing that I really enjoy doing. And other stuff is just sometimes I want to do a traditional style beer and try to keep it as traditional as possible. And sometimes you just take the rule book, throw it in the trash can, and go for it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I'm not a big. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a huge dark beer person myself, but the first time I saw it, I was because we did a sample of it about a month ago, so and I'm gonna probably have to chew that, aren't I? And took a drink of it. It's definitely smooth. It's really good. It's really, really good.
So I'm going to show a few pictures here on the screen of kind of going through the process here. Snap one turkey leg.
All right.
I tried.
So, this is photo number one. Talk about photo number one.
That is our grain mill. So we get all of our grains in whole kernels. So we mill it ourselves, and that gives us a little bit more control over how fine the mill is. That'll change your efficiencies. It'll change your extraction, and also if you mill it too fine and break up the husk too much, you can end up with a severe headache when you're trying to drain the liquid from the grain. It'll just be pudding.
Oh,
You're looking for more of an oatmeal consistency.
Okay. And those are some things that I don't think that people generally think about.
No, not at
Because
all.
that makes if you get it too fine, then how are you going to get the liquid out of the?
Yeah, because when you're going through what's called the lauter process, that's when you're draining the liquid, and the husks from the grain is actually serving as a filtration system to filter out as much of the solid particulate as possible, and so you get a clearer product from the very beginning of the process rather than trying to fix the problem later on down the line. Or if you're wanting to make a hazy beer, you can start that process even as early on down the line as cracking your grain.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that would make sense though.
Yeah, it does make sense.
All right, moving down the line here. This is it's like we're stirring some things as the water's being added.
Yeah, so that's the mash in. So that's when you're adding the hot water to your grain. And on this one, what temperature your mash is determines what enzymes are active. And so if you go for a lower mash temperature, you're going to have your alpha enzyme, which will break the sugars down into smaller sugar chain molecules. And that way it's easier for the yeast to consume, so you'll end up with a drier, less sweet beer. But if you go on a higher mash temperature, then you'll have more complex sugar chains, and the yeast will have a harder time consuming it, so you'll end up with a sweeter finishing product and less alcohol, because that's where you get your alcohol, is the yeast converting sugar into alcohol and CO2.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, what do we got next?
All right. So this is kind of the same photo from a different angle, and that shows kind of the general brewing station as a whole.
Yeah, so that's the mash tun that we're working in there. That's where your starch to sugar conversion happens over. We do it for about an hour. You can do it faster than that, but I prefer going longer just to make sure that all the conversion happens and it just fits into my day better.
Oh.
But then from there it goes to the boil kettle, which is kind of behind that. And then we actually have a dedicated whirlpool vessel, which a lot of people don't have. But that allows us to double batch a lot faster. So a single batch takes about 7 hours to get done. A double batch we can get done in about 10 hours. Roughly.
So yeah, that's another photo of adding the water in.
Yeah, that's the sparging process. So once you're done mashing and you start lautering, which is the process of draining water, sparging is the process of adding more water on top, which will be even a higher temperature to stop enzymatic activity.
Very cool.
And to rinse as much of your newly converted sugar off of the grain as possible to get your best yield.
What's your?
Yeah.
Has Adam a scratch bowler?
Yeah. Does Adam own the eatery establishment? Yes, he is one of the owners. Him and his wife, and then Jared and Emily Rudy are their partners in it. So there's 4 of them that own the place, and I'm here all the time. And now that I don't travel for work, I'm here for lunch way too often.
Dino Days really got a crowd today.
It's going crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is First Friday weekend, so it's always a little bit more.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other
more
thing.
traffic in the area this weekend.
Yeah, they're in the Arts District in North Topeka, and so they have what they call First Friday. And so everybody kind of walks around and they walk the different craft shops, and there's tattoo parlors, and there's vintage. You can find a bunch of vintage items, and there's stores that have all that kind of stuff. There's craft stores, there's bookstores, there's whatever else, and then you can pop in here and grab something to drink and get something to eat, and go back.
Cafe right next door.
Yeah, there's a cafe that's down there too. So.
Yep.
All right, let me pull one of the videos in here. So nothing terribly exciting, but just kind of a. All right. No.
Should be able to expand it.
Hide.
Right there. There
No,
it's
no, I got it. Move it. So yeah, that's just kind of a little porthole that you can look into.
pretty cool.
Go what's going on there.
Man, we are so white. That's great.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. We have. I wish we had this light in the basement.
we do. It's you.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to. What are we doing here? Same process?
This is just started boiling. So this is what is called a hot break. So right when it starts boiling, you want good really boiling hard boil to begin with, and that'll help your proteins drop out towards the end. So then we boil it for typically we boil for 90 minutes.
90?
90 minutes is the standard time. We've done more, we've done less. But and then during this process, when you add the hops, and when you add the hops during the boil, determines what you get out of the hops. So earlier in the boil, you add them, the more bitterness you get. Later, you add them to flavor or something.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I've actually, this is the first time I've actually seen some of the process. I've watched it. That's pretty cool. It's really cool. And there he is again.
Yeah.
We just need Luke to have a hat on. We're all,
Glowing. Yeah, we're all angels. See,
you know I'm white with my hat. It just makes my face stick out even more. That's cool.
all right. So what's going on with that thing?
That is what's known as the wort grant. So before it's actually fermented beer, it's called wort. And so that right there is kind of lets us, while we're lautering, that lets us see what our flow rate is. And that way, when we're pumping into the boil kettle, it doesn't put suction on the grain bed, because then that'll compact it and then you won't get any flow. So this just makes it a easy flow, and it can flow as fast or as slow as it wants, and then you just match the pump speed to it, and keeps everybody nice and happy.
Sweet.
All right. So that's kind of what's left over after you extract all the liquid out of it.
Yep, that is the spent grain that goes to some local happy cows. They get a nice warm meal over the winter, and they very much enjoy it. And that way, farmer gets free food, and we don't have to pay trash company to come haul it away.
Yeah.
So it's mutual relationship.
You could say, do you have somebody that comes and picks it up?
Yeah, we have a couple of local cattle farmers. They don't have a huge operation. They've only got like 20 head, but it's perfect for them because they get free food. And,
I'm sure they absolutely love it. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, and
That's awesome.
We bought a quarter of beef off of them that was fed with our spent grain, and so it's
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool, actually. So we got here. Oh, yeah, what's this?
So that is our heat exchanger.
Okay.
So what's happening there is there's two sets of channels on the inside of that. The wort goes through one set of channels, and then you put cold water through the other set of channels, because you're needing to cool down the wort as fast as possible once you're done with your whirlpool process. And you also have to get it down to a cool enough temperature that won't kill the yeast when you pitch the yeast.
Right.
And since this is a lager, we had to get this one down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit to pitch the yeast. Lagers ferment for longer and cooler temperatures, whereas ales are a higher temperature for a shorter period of time.
All these things you never knew about making beer.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything about this either, so I'm fascinated.
And so that's our yeast brink. Looks like a keg, but that's what we keep our yeast in, and we're just pumping yeast in. We're not fancy scientific lab owning folks, so we go off of a yeast weight to determine our pitch rate.
Okay. How long do you pump the yeast in?
This is just, it only takes a couple seconds. You just put it under CO2 pressure, and for this one, lager yeast, you need a little bit more, so we do about 2 pounds per barrel. So 2 pounds of yeast per 31 gallons of wort.
Yeah, I'm super fascinated. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted to know kind of like what they do. I mean, we could have asked you before, but this is cool.
Yep.
Is that the last of them?
Yep, that was the last one I had. So
So what made you start doing something like this? Like, what decided like one day?
Well, I started hanging out with Jared, and we were getting into craft beer, and we'd gone to Boulevard and did their tour.
Oh yeah.
Then that was right around some recession or something. We got laid off, and we wanted to keep drinking good beer, but we couldn't really afford it, so we came up with the bright idea to make our own. And first batch, we got Jared's countertop too hot and cracked it, so the wives kicked us out in the garage. But that was their mistake, because then they couldn't keep an eye on us. So
Hey, yeah, exactly. And now look what you got.
I'll be back.
Do they have like a yeast starter that they have used over the years?
we actually get our yeast from a place in Colorado called Brewing Science Institute. We do repitch our yeast, so we'll use it as many generations as we can. However, over time, its performance is going to change. And so as soon as whether it gets faster, slower, stronger, weaker, any change in its performance is going to result in a change in the end product. So then we'll just dump it and get a new pitch from trained science professionals that know how to keep their yeast healthy and consistent. And we just monitor its statistics, and once it starts to get weird, then get rid of it and get a new one.
Right.
But yeast is the most expensive ingredient in the brewing process, so you try to reuse it as many times as you possibly can.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. So we got another one. How long does it take from start to finish? Beer in hand, ready to serve.
It depends on the style. The fastest we've turned one from brew day to glass is 10 days, which is flying.
And what kind of beer was that?
That was a American wheat, and sometimes you can get away with it, but you're playing with fire because you're not giving the yeast time to clean up after itself,
Right.
because it can produce additional compounds that don't taste good.
Yeah.
And if you give it enough time, it will reconsume those and clean itself up. But that's the fastest, and the longest has been 13 months.
Holy smokes.
So that was one that we brewed it, and it took a month to get to beer form, and then we put it into oak barrels for a year.
So what kind of beer was that?
That's the Oud Brewing. It is a barrel-aged sour brown.
You said sour, you lost me.
In the barrel, we add lactobacillus bacteria, and that will drop the pH and produce titratable acidity. And that is what gives you the sour flavor that some people enjoy and some people don't.
No, definitely not this guy. I mean, I'll try it. I'll just make weird faces.
Yeah.
But so when you did the practicing and stuff like that, when you guys were messing around trying to come up with everything, when did you finally say, okay, we're pretty damn good at this. Let's start a brewery?
It was about 4 years in, we started throwing around the idea as a joke, and then we had gotten to the point where we were spending 40, 50 hours a week homebrewing, and we were making more than we could drink. We were just giving it away because we were just so enthralled with trying new recipes and tweaking recipes, and we're making so much right now that it's just and we're spending so much time. No matter how much you make, the process takes the exact same amount of time.
Right.
So to brew 5 gallons at home or to brew 200 gallons here, it takes 8 hours. So we're we might as well at least try to make a thing out of this. So we giving it a go.
Yeah, I always enjoy coming, so I signed up for the month too. So. Definitely happy about that.
Not a bad way.
Nope.
So, how long does it take from start to finish?
We already did this one.
You already.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We've been
All
pumping through it. I got your back, bro.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool.
Yeah, we had a couple good questions in there. But yeah, the Mud Club's a really cool thing too. So Luke and I are both part of the Mud Club.
Yeah.
Which is $50 for the year.
$50 for the year.
You get your own mug.
You get your own mug. We got ones that are engraved with a nickname and a number.
Yep, nickname and a number.
They're coming our way.
And you went with 300, right?
Yeah.
And I went with 900, which that's a score I'll never achieve. So
It's worth a shot.
yeah, it's worth a shot. Maybe if I drink the beer.
Yeah.
If I drink the Kool-Aid, it'll happen.
We'll give you 5 games.
Yeah, right.
But
We get 24-ounce beer for the 16-ounce price.
Yep.
For the whole year. We get one on our birthday, and we get our own personalized mug. So.
and one when you sign up.
Yeah.
Yep, and one when you sign up. So
And we're looking at, we got a new system that we're looking at doing some promotional stuff just for Mud Club people.
They also have their own
Different
party at the
merch.
beginning of the year too.
Yeah, we do a
The
renewal party in January.
Yeah.
So,
what do you guys usually do for that?
we're still honing it in, but this last time we had cornhole and disc golf stuff set up upstairs.
Oh yeah, they
and
got the
played some
cornhole stuff. Yeah.
Played some music, had a special menu item, had a special beer on tap. So
Sweet.
try to do some fun stuff. Hoping to go a little bit more all out next year.
I didn't get to be a part of the party, but I'm just happy to get 2 beers for the price of one when we're all in the door. But the Striking Viking is really good. I like it a lot. I'm not a huge dark beer guy, and it's really good.
So yeah, So the idea number one was to get something drinkable for the regular beer crowd, I guess, but something that the craft beer people can still appreciate, that still looks familiar and is easy drinking, that still has some good flavor to it. Well, the regular beer fans can have something that surprises everybody, really.
Not much of a. Can you pop that Rockies up? I know that. Yeah, thank you. She loves it. You guys have Kolsch, don't you?
We do make
had some,
Kolsch.
yeah.
It's more of a seasonal thing, so usually around spring, summertime is when that one usually comes out. We do really enjoy doing lagers. I've got a light American lager going right now, so that'll be done here in about 6-ish weeks probably. Lagers take a little bit longer. They're usually 6 to 8 week range. So that's on the way. Right now, the board is a lot darker. Cold weather, people typically tend to gravitate towards the darker stuff, so we don't make a ton of light stuff in the wintertime.
You drink of any of it, it'll get warm enough.
But
What's the closest thing to a Kolsch that you have? If somebody doesn't have a Kolsch, what's the closest thing?
right now, the Fest beer would be the closest, but that's on the last keg. I'm surprised it's so boring. So that light American lager that's going right now will be the next closest when it drops. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm also going to start our Mexican lager, which is
is that the one we sampled that one day?
that's a really good one.
Didn't we sample it kind of tastes like a margarita type beer?
Oh no, that was the salted lime.
That's right.
That was the Mexican lager, but we added key lime and salt to it.
That was so good. Sorry, I remember that.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to try to start doing the Mexican lager year round. and try to start distributing it around town.
Say like a summer
Yeah,
beer type thing.
Just
Normally we make it just for summer, but it's very popular, and we're friends with some folks that own a couple different Mexican restaurants in town.
Yeah.
They're wanting to get it on tap year round, so
It's pretty good.
we're gonna give that a shot.
I
See
can
how it
definitely
goes.
drink a lot of that. So Mexican beer, and like if it's not so much a Corona, I'm not a big Corona guy, but like if you drink like Pacifico or something like that when it's really hot outside,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Not bad at all. Just drop you a little lime in there and go to town.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's kind of our thing. We don't make a ton of like really strong beer. We prefer making lighter,
Yeah.
easier drinking. We like drinking beer, so we want to drink 4 or 5 and still be able to drive home.
Yeah.
instead of just
And
that
that
one
is
that hurts.
and that is the magic number. 3.2% is the magic
Yeah.
number that will hydrate you as fast as it dehydrates you.
3.2.
3.2% alcohol is the magic number. The Belgians actually sorted that number out. They looked into it, and so that's why a lot of European beers are a lot lower alcohol content, because they drink it with lunch, they drink it with dinner, they drink all day, and can't be hungover every day. So
I'm jealous. I wish I could just drink beer all day long. But yes, it's
quality assurance.
trust me. You come in here though, and you drink enough of it, you will feel pretty good.
But
Yeah, it's good stuff. Everything on the menu is pretty good, including the food. So
I've got this white car out here that's just beaming me right in the face.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
happens.
making it look.
you live.
I mean, yeah, it's just so if I move over here or I move over here, I'm fine. But sitting right here, it's just
You're so white, your hair doesn't even look right.
yeah, I know. But so with this one, I don't know if you guys talked about this, but so black cream ale, we kind of get this going, and then you get to the point where you can start tasting it before you start carbonating it, whatever, and you taste it through several steps just to make sure that it's kind of going the right direction that you want it. Well, this one ended up a little roastier than kind of expected, and so you had the idea to add the vanilla beans in there. It's a cream ale.
Yeah.
So add vanilla beans, make it creamier. And then it got on those, it sat for a little while, then it sat for a little extra while. And so now we have a very kind of cream soda tasting beer.
Yeah, that's what it tastes exactly like to me. It's just cream soda, which being that dark is kind of surprising. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of cream soda without like the sugar rush or whatever.
Yeah, it did end up being very dry. It has very, very low residual sugar, and so it's pretty light on the carbs. It's healthy.
Oh, yeah. Here's a good question for you. Did you see that one? Here's a question. Are they planning on getting into the bottling/canning game to sell at retail?
We did just get a new canning machine, so we can do 16-ounce cans to go right now from our own facility, but it's a manual canner, so it's not meant for high volume. When we were at the Craft Brewer Conference last year, we did look at canning lines, and we're going to the Craft Brewers Conference again this year. That's going to be another thing we look at. They're all on back order for one, because of the pandemic. Every single brewery known to man bought a canning line instantly, and so they're playing catch up on those things. They're about 6 to 12 months out once you pay them. We're still getting the restaurant side of things under our belt, so we're not really wanting to jump in on that quite yet. But it is long term, it's probably going to happen someday. It's just every other brewer I've ever talked to is like, the canning line is the biggest headache in your life. It just, there's so many things that can go wrong.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so many, they're all pneumatic. There's so many things that can go wrong.
Because you need another headache in your life.
And then aluminum costs are skyrocketing, so cans are hard to get a hold of and expensive when you do get a hold of them.
Yep.
So there's a lot that goes into it. We do eventually want to get into that.
That's not lose or fail normally.
Yeah,
Thank you, fluorescence.
Yeah.
And
And
I need the beard is what I need. I need to like hide some of this anyway.
I'm glad that I have a dark hat on.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm ready for you to get the trucker hats back out.
Yeah, we do need to get some more of those in.
I'll wear it for our show every Wednesday. I have a trucker hat.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are up there now. I look terrible. I look terrible. I have a beanie.
They're the dad hat style, so I'm not sure what that means.
I'm a dad, but
Yeah.
I would still, even my daughter would say, Daddy, you look silly. No, how's the food sales going on?
Food sales are going good. It's once again going back to the pandemic, supply chain issues, pricing issues.
Yep.
Chicken
It's-
wings.
It's chicken wing sizes change every 12 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just it's challenging, but it's if we can. Before the pandemic, 60% of restaurants failed in the first year. If we can start one in the middle
Yeah.
and be successful, I think we'll be okay.
No, I think you guys are doing great. Everything
So
I've been right
it's,
here is amazing. So
Yeah, and having going back to some of this menu stuff, that some of my favorites. This is what I like getting for lunch quite a bit. It's the Norseman Classic with got some egg and prosciutto, and I like to get the salmon on top of it, which gives you kind of more filling than a salad, but it's still kind of light, so it's nothing where if you work an office job like I do now and you go back to work and you don't want to fall asleep in the afternoon, a great way to do that. Now, if you do want to fall asleep in the afternoon, we have the goat cream cheesecake, which is they serve it in a bowl and put the crumble on top of it, and that's ridiculous. We'll have the you have your special Dino Days pudding cookie with cream. Yeah, so we're gonna have one of those here in a minute. And then, of course, I showed off the we did have some Dino feet pretzels and the French onion soup this week. It was pretty good.
the pretzels was good.
Yeah,
Didn't have any
and
French
then
onion
the
soup.
beer cheese.
I absolutely loved the tomato soup, grilled cheese, and then of course, who doesn't like tomato soup?
Well, the soups have been really
Was
good.
it the potato soup? Was it potato soup?
Yeah, it was this potato soup, but everybody was really.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If you bring that on the menu, just keep it. I'd be here all the time.
He's
So good.
yeah, our chef back there. He's a soup wizard. He's coming up with the one we have on right now is dill pickle soup,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
which is
better get Haley.
I love
She
it,
loves
but you I know pickles can be rather polarizing.
Yeah, pickles not my thing. The French onion soup, however, especially with some Dino feet pretzels.
You take Trevor's fiance, that girl absolutely loves pickles.
Yeah.
She just takes get the ones out of the bag and feed them. I like pickles, but
Yeah, I mean,
so she better come eat some dill pickle soup. But the pretzels, the Dino pretzels were really good.
Yep. And we're right now we've got to the point that absolutely everything is made in house.
Awesome.
Down to the mustard we serve with the
yeah.
pretzels, the beer cheese. We make our own ranch. We make all the soups. We make everything. The pretzels are made here. Absolutely everything is made in house. So that's something we're really, really proud of.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's-
should be that.
Yeah, Shane's just. It's kind of like everything he comes up with, even that split pea soup. They had a split pea soup with some pork belly on it a couple weeks ago. And one of the guys that I work with that I bring over for lunch when they're in town, he's like, I've never really liked split pea soup. And I'm like, wait, when has Shane made anything that you didn't like, no matter how it sounded or whatever else? I was like, that's a good point. And he tried it, and he's like, yeah, this is
Amazing.
this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a big
So-
pea guy. Yeah, I
But
should
no,
have tried
it was great.
I absolutely hate peas, but I'd hate it.
No, that's the thing is when you have a good chef, he can take things, and you would think that most of the time when people make something, whatever main ingredient is kind of overwhelms or dominates everything. And he takes it and balances everything so that it just.
You know, he's fantastic.
He is fantastic. Adam D. Bowl. No, he does not bowl.
I do not currently bowl like I used to. But,
Yeah.
You're smart.
When you walk into the bowling alley, and everybody, hey, it's Luke's brother.
Yeah. Luke's wife. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a name.
No, my back can't handle.
You should just say,
throwing
no,
heavy stuff.
no, I'm the brewmaster.
I throw too many kegs all day. I can't. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna throw heavy stuff at night for leisure. I do enjoy bowling. I watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And you occasionally get all our streams in your table.
Yeah, he
I
does.
do my
Yeah, yeah.
best to make
He
time
does.
for trolling bowling.
Yeah.
Is that cream a thick, chewy beer? No, it's
No.
not. It's
And
not
that's-
thick at all.
It's actually pretty light, pretty easy drinking.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole point, was that we wanted to make, and that's what he talked about earlier, is he likes making things that taste different than they look.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the thing, is making something in between. So it's batch number 300. So that's, he wanted to do a bowling tie-in thing, make it something lighter, but so it's accessible to the regular beer drinkers, plus give something interesting for the craft beer drinkers who will look at this and think, oh yeah, well this is going to be this, and then
It's dark.
yeah, it's light and tastes like cream soda, and
It's great. I love it.
so it kind of works for everybody.
That's why I said the first time I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna chew that.
Yeah, no, it's
That's the thing. Everybody thinks that like they always want to compare Guinness as the
Dark. Yeah.
dark, nasty, thick. Guinness actually has less calories than Miller Lite.
yeah,
Does
It is
really?
one of the lowest calorie beers on the market. It's the
Yep.
nitro, it's the gas that they push it with that gives it that thick mouthfeel, that full body.
yeah.
And
But it's
yeah,
actually
no,
it's
Guinness
actually,
is one of the lowest calorie, lowest carb beers on the market.
it's very clean and easy drinking. That's why I have
super
So
a
the next time you go get a Guinness on Friday night, you send them to
Yeah.
yeah. I'm drinking my light beer because
Did you
I'm
ever
on
see
a
the
diet.
video of Luke and I doing the Irish car bomb?
Oh my god, yeah.
We did the Irish car bomb at Oil Crest one night.
But no, and that yeah.
I'm gonna start telling Amanda I'm just gonna drink Guinness. My waistline's not furious anymore.
Yeah.
until you go to the buffet.
Yeah, that's the thing, is everybody will. Again, the nitro makes it really creamy.
Yeah.
But it's super easy drinking, and so I can have a couple of them on Thursday night and not really feel it too much. And it's just the same as these. Normally, when we have our drinking bowling streams on Wednesday nights, now we have a couple, and we get all of a sudden my tongue gets fat. But no, we've had a couple mugs of this, and
I think
still
we'll
good
have,
to go. So
yeah,
it's
I think we'll have to do the Striking Viking too.
yeah, we'll have to make it over here and grab a growler, not the Striking Viking, because
Might as well keep featuring it.
Something's going on.
Yeah, some.
and it's like that, and the thermostat here is clinking glasses. It's like, what did you break?
Yeah.
We appreciate you hanging out with us.
All right.
No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
I better go get a refill and pretend like I'm working.
Yeah.
Noticed the wife behind me a few times, giving me a glance.
Yeah.
Well, we
He's
appreciate it. Thank
doing
you.
stuff. So
No
yeah.
problem.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. This is really cool. We'll hang out for a little while longer, and we'll get one of them. We'll get one of those.
Next is Dino Days.
Oh yeah, we need the Scotch Eggs.
I just got
Yeah.
the notification we just ran out of the turkey legs. I guess they're selling a little too fast.
That's
Ran out of
perfect.
them? Holy smokes.
We've gone through 3 cases in a day and a half.
Yeah, they just put them up yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
They're-
with First Friday was yesterday. I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
Yeah, First Friday was yesterday.
we're gonna have to load up next week.
Yeah, we got one of the last turkey legs.
That's
so
good though.
We're gonna get
That's
some Scotch
good.
eggs and find out about that. What's the English? She was here yesterday. Teresa. She has got the best accent ever. She needs to be on like a
The English
Travelocity
one?
commercial or something. She's like,
Aluminium.
huh? Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, wait till you hear her on a phone call with her family and she goes into perfect Mandarin.
Yep.
That really breaks your brain. After you get used to her with the English accent and then
And she speaks Mandarin
speaks
too.
perfect Mandarin, you're like,
Time out. What? She's British and she speaks Mandarin?
Yes. Well, she's
she's
British.
originally from China.
Yeah, she's Chinese
So-
and British at the
Yeah.
same time, and she has the most perfect British accent, like Verity Crawley, who.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
She's got this perfect British accent that sounds like it belongs in a commercial.
It's asking
Yeah.
to say aluminum. That's aluminium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All
Yeah.
right.
All
Don't
right.
get yourselves in too much trouble.
Thanks, but yeah,
we
we'll hang
will,
out here
don't
for a little bit longer. We got some Scotch eggs coming. We'll find out about. Apparently, they're incredibly British.
I'm gonna have to let you have those. I am not a big egg white guy because they got egg whites in them.
Well, no, well, so it's.
I'm gonna let
it's-
you eat those.
So what it is, a Scotch egg is a hard-boiled egg. I'm gonna move back over here so I'm less white. I don't know. I'm gonna move so I'm less
Just
white.
not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure
I think
that's not gonna work.
I think you're
I'm just gonna hide right here.
not gonna help. There's
No,
a white
no.
car.
Yeah,
Well, that's how
we
pale he is. There's
need
a
to put
white
something.
car.
Yeah. No, it's
No, it's
that
that white
freaking
car.
car right there.
It's like lasering him right in the forehead.
Yeah, I know. So no, again,
We'll
yeah,
balance you out.
yeah. So no, if we put the,
Actually, that
that's,
works.
that's what we do if we hang that right there. Something that's marginally
It's
whiter than
literally
I am. I, know
I
it's
can see the red in your beard now.
This is what we always talk about on the streams on Friday mornings. Is my face is like messing with the camera.
Is that when we
Which
did the
is
rise and
exactly
grinds?
what it's doing. Oh my god.
That was the rise and grinds.
Yeah, that's
Part.
what I'm gonna say. We just need to hang that freaking.
Sure, we don't need to do this.
Yeah, put the beer up.
Go back
there.
to old school
We
rise
need,
and
we need
grinds.
something.
days.
You know, we need something up there that's whiter than I am.
I call it the pandemic show.
Yeah. So.
Hope everybody enjoyed having Luke's brother Adam on.
Yeah.
And learned lots on
You
that.
can
That's
see
pretty
the
cool.
family resemblance.
Yeah, you just don't have the big beard.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Stabby. The same thing, like we said. It's crazy that it look,
Yeah,
you look
it's
at it.
so
It
light.
looks
Yeah, it
like
looks
you're
like
gonna
it's,
chew it.
Yeah, but no, it's.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. Pretty entertaining. Let me. Should I pull up a U.S. Open update standing?
Yeah. Pull up that and see what, because that's been going on. We do have Scotch eggs coming. So Scotch eggs are hard-boiled eggs that are wrapped in sausage meat and then breadcrumbs and then deep fried. So I haven't had Scotch eggs before. We're gonna have Scotch eggs here for the first time, and then we're gonna have the Dino Dirt Cup, and then we'll let you go. But we got one of the last turkey legs apparently.
That was really good. I'm trying to get this updated here. I don't see any reason or way that they're still in that same game.
No, we should be. Say what? Yeah. EJ is just. That's just. EJ is going to make the show.
It's showing they're in game 7.
Yeah.
That's their last update. It's match
I
play
don't know.
round 2, right?
Yeah. So the match play, what they do in the match play is each bowler bowls each other, but you also get bonus pins.
Yep.
So you get 30 bonus pins for a win, and you get 15 for a tie, nothing for a loss. But even if you shoot, the thing about match play is it's 24 extra games. So even if you shoot like a 220 game and you lose, you're not in bad shape. It's when you shoot the 170 games and you lose that you're in bad shape. Or when you shoot like a 180 and still manage to win, if you hit a rough pair, then that'll help you out a little bit. So the 24 games is the U.S. Open and the Masters and stuff like that. The longer format tournaments are one of those cream rising to the top type of deals.
Yeah, this is a grind.
So they make it long enough. You see 4 different patterns, and then you have 56 games to make TV. And so if you can make it through all that, you might make $7,500.
That's 56 games in a matter of like 4 days.
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking bowling.
Yeah.
All right, so the last update I have here, and I've refreshed it over and over again. Your number 1 seed as of right now is EJ Tackett, who is sitting at plus 1524. Jake Peters still sitting as the 2 seed.
Oh, that's good.
Anthony Simonson now 3rd.
What's Peters at?
Peters is at
13.
1,200 over.
Wow. So EJ is 300 pins up on the field.
And I've got a $5 bill that says he doesn't win the tournament.
probably doesn't win the tournament, but he's going to be your 1 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Barring craziness.
He might as well just bowl left-handed now.
Yeah, well, if he bowled left-handed, he wouldn't be that far over.
No.
I talked to some people.
That says he's not good left-handed.
No,
I'm not.
no, I talked to some people that said the left-handed wasn't good. This
Oh, I
week.
got you. No, they were
So,
not good.
Aside from, I talked to Spencer Robards a little bit, dropping, and I don't want to pick that name back up. But
Here. Oh,
yeah,
I got it for you. I'll put that back in your pocket.
being a fairly new lefty myself, I've been accepted into the lefty clan, even though I suck. But I suck specifically because I don't understand the lefty game yet. I really like shiny bowling balls, which is terrible on the left side.
It's absolutely terrible.
I like shaping the ball, which is terrible on the left side.
It's actually what Trevor said to me once. He goes, what's it going to take for me to look at Luke and say, you need to throw stuff that has, it's not so shiny.
Yeah. No, I have to take the shine off everything. I love shine, but shiny stuff sucks because we don't have a track.
You don't. Yeah, no.
So
All right. So
you can hear how popular Norsemen Brewing Company is in the background.
hopefully they
By
can
the
hear
way.
us okay.
Yeah. Even if they can, that tells you how popular it is here. They've got a fairly full dining room here at 12:30 or almost 1 o'clock on a Saturday
It's pretty popular.
afternoon.
So Tom Doherty is your 4 seed.
Yep.
So he's actually falling.
Mm-hmm.
Belmo is still your 5 seed. And Adam Johnson is currently sitting 61 pins out of the show. And the cut from 6 to 7 has went from 61 back to 220 back. So
it's the top 6 by themselves kind of right
top
now.
6 is by themselves. Andrew Anderson is the 7th.
I would bet on...
But there's a lot of freaking games
I
to go.
would bet on AJ getting back into the show and Doherty falling out of it. If I was a betting person...
So Doherty has gone 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of confusing here. Yeah, I mean, he's still bowling okay. I mean, he shoots 23 loss, 2-0 loss, 185 loss, 243 loss, or 243 win, 236 loss, 257 win, 245 win, 198 loss, 238 win, 213 win, 221 win. I mean, he's not bowling bad on that pattern.
So he's just catching some bad luck here, really. But this is a scoreable pattern. It's not something that's tough, but it's not something that's easy. But it's very scoreable if you make good shots.
Pattern 4 is a lot softer than what they pulled.
Yeah. Well, even pattern 3, there was a lot of people that made a jump on pattern 3.
Yes.
But pattern 1 was the interesting one because it was just the strip of oil right down the middle. Pattern 2 was the brutal one where it kind of sorted people out a little bit.
Pattern 2 is the flat one. Yeah.
If you were in good shape going from pattern 2 to pattern 3, you could it's the people that put themselves too far out of it on pattern 1 or pattern 2 that just couldn't quite catch up.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen
not
any
showing anything.
I haven't seen any new chat.
Let me pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, pull it up on your phone.
Give us just a second, guys. Sorry, I wonder if it's just a connection thing.
No, it looks like we're connected fairly well. So
That's weird. Okay, I'm pulling it up now, guys. Sorry.
hit refresh on your stream.
Notepad. Couple beers on me, boys.
Oh, heck yeah.
With the heckin' $20.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Notepad.
Yeah, thanks,
it.
man. We're the chat has kind of
it kind of went away.
lost us on the restream side. So
Actually, no. Oh, that's why.
but
Oh, wait, no.
no. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, I'll have it on my phone here.
We'll keep.
Seems like Andrew Anderson's doing really well, so far since making the move to Motive. Yeah, he was actually with Motive very, very young in his career, so he knows the stuff pretty well. It'll fit his game. Actually, Motive actually had a good week in general.
Yeah.
Which better than they've had in a long time.
Wesley Lowe and AJ Johnson.
Brian Hanlon.
Yeah.
Kevin McCune.
Yeah.
They had like 7 guys in the top 36.
Yeah. Well,
good.
Motive stuff's really controllable. So
on patterns like that, it's perfect.
Yeah, when you've got tight patterns where you need something to roll, but then not boing or bounce or go
Yeah.
nuts or whatever else.
Mr. Stabby, when you figure out the left side, Luke, let me know how you did it.
I'm getting there. I need to take the shine off of everything, but it's tough doing YouTube and doing actually bowling because I want to show the stuff the way that it comes out of the box for the videos because I can't very well. It's like, okay, well, this ball's shiny, so I'm just going to take it to 3,000 right out the. Most people don't do that. Most people buy a ball and they throw it the way it comes out of the box. They don't adjust the surface.
Yep.
And I don't like adjusting the surface after the fact, partially because it gets my finger holes all dusty. I mean, so I'd rather just knock the shine off first, so that I don't have dusty finger holes.
I'm gonna do another one. I'm trying to catch up on chat here because we thought we were good on chat, but
Oh, and you have the Scotch eggs in.
Pause, do you
Okay.
like ham in your tomato soup? No, I do not like ham. I've never
Yeah,
tried
it's-
ham in tomato soup, so I don't know. My wife actually makes tomato soup with noodles. She puts elbow noodle. Is it elbow?
Yeah.
Yeah. She puts
My
elbow
dad-
noodles in it.
My dad made something, and it's just really simple stuff, but elbow macaroni,
Yes.
and then you do a spicy V8 juice, tomato sauce, and then a can of pureed Rotel.
Huh.
Dude,
Who did that?
My dad.
Tell your dad to make me some.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, but so Amanda, I didn't know if you heard that. Amanda she puts elbow macaroni in our tomato soup. That's the only way she refuses to eat it any other way. That's what she grew up on. I had never heard of it, and it's actually pretty good. I'm catching up on chat here.
Yeah.
Uncle Pat says that place looks like a great neighborhood watering hole. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, and it's in a really cool little area down here in North Topeka. Different place I would visit a lot. Yeah, you would like it a lot. Love the shirt,
Yeah.
Haas, Rocky. Thanks, buddy. Got to support my buddy.
Yeah, we hang out here as often as we can.
We don't like beer though.
As it's a really, you can see behind me, it's kind of a nice, really picturesque place. It's got some stone on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
On the walls.
it's all over the walls.
Yeah.
Just notice your Haas shirt. Yeah, it's so bad. It's a beautiful thing.
But yeah, it's very cool in here. The food's good. The beer's great. This stuff's amazing.
It's really good, and I just got another coming. So, and I did join the Mug Club today.
Yeah.
I come here enough, I might as well join the Mug Club.
Yep. Mug Club's pretty
Once
cool.
again, if you weren't with us earlier or heard us earlier, if you joined the Mug Club, thank you so much. You get your own mug every time you come in here with your personalized name and number on it. So.
Yep, my mug is mug number 300, and it says Princess on it.
Mine says Mighty Mouse because that's actually my nickname. So, Danny Bradley gave me that nickname of all people. He's called me that for like 20-something years,
Oh my gosh.
and it's stuck.
Yeah.
Send me a growler full.
Yeah.
It's full.
All right, I'll do a little heckin' promotion right
How long
now.
does it take to get the engravements and stuff on it?
I signed up about 3 weeks ago, so every couple weeks he sends in an order for and they sandblast them. So you have your own mug and it's sandblasted and whatever else.
Oh,
So,
really? So
yeah.
these are just like
So once you
sample
get it,
like
you sign up for it every year, and then you keep your mug. So, and
Awesome.
they keep it at the bar here. So as soon as you show up, you just tell them what number you have. They pull out your number that's all personalized and everything. They fill it up and they give it to you. So
He's number 300. I'm number 900.
yeah.
So
John Lander said something earlier. He said, "Yeah, you can get 900 just 4 games."
Yeah.
We did that a lot over the summer.
oh yeah, 4 games. That summer league we did was a lot of fun. I think I talked to Jesse. He said they're going to run it again.
Yeah. It was pretty popular, actually. It was a scratch doubles league. We got like 11 or 12 teams, which doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but it was. We also got to bowl 4 games.
Yeah, for a scratch league over the summer.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So yeah, but we do have. If you order anything off Cool Wick, we're not wearing anything Cool Wick today because it's kind of it's just more of a fun stream.
And we're
you
not in
do.
the bowling center.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we do it at your house all the time.
Yeah.
Just
You
right.
can get 10% off your purchases at Coolwick with either Rosdahl 10 or Haas 10. Our Facebook group is the Breakdown Pair. We've got 200 and some odd people on there now, and we do a lot of stuff that goes on there.
Grows
We
more
also-
and more every day.
We also have an Instagram at the Breakdown Pair. And then if you want to hang out with us on Discord, we have our own chat server. The Patreon's optional if you want to join in on that. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
And then if you want to, if you have any, so this is something that's really cool that we can do. Like I can feature videos on here. So if you send something into us instead of being on the set downstairs and having to put you on the TV and turn around and look at the TV or whatever. Now with this new streaming software, we have the ability to just pop the video up like I was doing with the pictures and the other videos, just pop them up on the screen, and we can take a look at them and talk about them and whatever else. So if you want any coaching, if you need any help with anything, you have any topics for us to talk about, send to thebreakdownpair@gmail.com. And then last but not least, my brother is the head brewmaster and one of the owners here at Norsemen Brewing Company. If you missed the earlier where he's talking about the brewing process and we were showing off all the pictures and videos and whatever else, you can go back and watch it this stream. But yeah, it's Norsemen Brewing Company in Topeka, Kansas, where we're from. Brother, again, is one of the owners and the brewmaster. So
Topeka, Kansas.
we've got the Norsemen Brewing Company logo in the upper corner there.
And also, Norsemen kind of we show off their feature their beers on our shows. So.
Yeah, most of the time we're drinking a Norseman beer on our shows on Wednesday night.
Try as often as possible. This place is amazing. Got a question in the chat here for you, sir. Can y'all talk about tendencies of the different ball manufacturers? I.e., Storm stuff tends to be more on the bigger hook side. So that he's talking each brand manufacturer doing their own thing. Storm's going to be your skid flip.
Yeah, Storm kind of used to be the skid flippy one. They still have a bunch of stuff on the skid flippy side, but it's kind of funny because every time they make something that's earlier and smoother, everybody hates it. So ProMotion, Omega Crux, Virtual Gravity, or Gravity Evolve, which was not good. But All Road, Supersonic, stuff like that is the ones when they kind of go outside the box that nobody likes. But if they make the skid flippy stuff, UC2, RSTX2, stuff like that, everybody loves it. So
my UC2 needs to get some games on it.
Yeah, Motive's kind of in between. They have rolly stuff that still has some pop, but it tends to kind of roll and roll and roll without really.
Yeah.
It's very rolly stuff. Now, Brunswick stuff is rolly, but it's also early.
Yeah, it sees the mid lanes a lot different than everybody else.
That's the thing, is that Motive's kind of halfway in between Brunswick and Storm. Motive stuff is really clean up front.
Yes.
And then it kind of rolls like Brunswick down lane.
100%.
Whereas Brunswick is rolly, but it's also early. And then Storm stuff is pretty clean and then sharper.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. That's pretty spot on, I think. Pretty spot on. I mean, every company has their niche that they are really, really good at.
Yeah.
And like it takes Storm. Storm's really good at making things go left.
Yeah.
Motive's really good at making solid bowling balls.
Yeah.
Brunswick is really good at seeing the mid lanes.
Yep.
So, I mean, and I have no clue what swag does.
Yeah.
Sorry. Swag.
Yeah.
I mean, was that accurate?
Yeah.
Motive Brunswick brands, all B7 brands, see the mid lanes really, really well. Motive stuff makes the best solid bowling balls in the world. Once again, just recap, and Storm makes stuff that goes left. Storm also makes some really good versatile solid pieces too.
Yeah.
They really do. I mean, I haven't thrown a ton of solid Storm stuff recently, but everyone that I've ever owned, I've never had a big. I see like the UFO. A lot of people didn't like that. I threw the crap out of it.
Jeff Alton almost shot a hinder with it Thursday night. Amanda and her Idol Pro.
Idol Pro. I never been Idol Pro. But look like Idol. Look at some of the most popular solid pieces made. I mean, they were
Idol, Lake Couture and Idol.
Phase 2.
Yeah, Phase 2, Alpha Crux. So we do have some good solid stuff.
That might be another one I need to add back in my bag.
Yeah.
Phase 2. I'll bring it back. Swag is really good at having their stabber shoot 108 at the U.S. Open.
Oh my god.
You got to feature that.
Somebody went there. I can't feature the comic because they're not loading.
I wish I could do it from here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That might be the win of the day. Ilpat.
That's terrible.
Did he really shoot 108?
Apparently, I mean, Norm Duke shot 120, but
Ilpat, help me out. Did he really shoot 108? I'm not going to say his name, but we all know who I'm talking about, or you're talking about. That's, I mean, I probably could do that. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. I mean, that's what they're bowling on. I can see it, but so I watched him. Was it? I want to say it was Friday, and he looked so. I don't know if the word is done, but confused. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm seeing it. He looks at it and goes like, I don't know what's going on. Going really good, but it just looks like a turd. So solid balls are better for the left side. I would say so. I personally would think that solid bowling balls look better on the left side than a bunch of shiny stuff. Because correct me if I'm wrong, on the left side of the lane, you're looking for more control, right? More controllable stuff.
yeah. And this is the thing is that and I was talking to Spencer about this last night because it was tougher on the lefties this week because you saw Jacob Butchworth went minus 400.
Honestly, it usually is in the PBA tour anyways.
Yeah, minus 400. Hackey kind of hung out there for a little while. Simonelli hung out there for a little while. Wesley Lowe was really the only one. Again, the motive. I think it's the motive thing this week is just having the rolly in control while it's still clearing the fronts and giving you enough motion down lane.
Yeah.
I think it just fit that niche this week.
Oh yeah, motive actually had a week, and that's kudos to them. That's good. I have no bad feelings here. So
yeah, really. I mean, the Brunswick stuff's going to be a little early and slow. The Storm stuff might be a little long and flippy. And then they took urethane out of play. Spencer said he only threw urethane for 8 out of because he made the first round of the step ladder.
Yeah, he made top 36.
Yeah,
he made the cashers round.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, he made cashers round.
So he made the cashers round. He made the top 36. And that's where he finished 24th or 25th through 36th.
Yeah, he didn't have much sun.
So he bowled 32 games and said that only 8 of them were with urethane. And think, oh God, okay, so the lefties, only 8 games out of 32 he can throw urethane. And that was all he said. Most of those were on second day. Everything else is reactive. And so you might, urethane, when lefties can't throw urethane, it's like, well, no, we don't have any track. And I've complained about this a lot on the last couple of weeks. It's like everything either goes too long or it's too early. So, okay, this white car I think is moving, but it's right in my face now. It's like extra in my face.
Oh, it's leaving.
You can actually see it moving.
It's
now.
leaving. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, this is better.
You look like the moon.
Stupid white car. Yeah.
Swag is fine. It makes up the decent pieces. Actually, yeah. Honestly, there's a couple like the Swag Dynamite. Actually, intrigued me.
So we have Scotch eggs. I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, I thought you were putting it down.
I'm pretty sure that's mustard.
I'm not eating that anyway. So
yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. The mustard.
So should I take one of the Scotch eggs?
Yes,
yes.
Yeah, you can take one of the Scotch eggs and then cut one of them in half so I can show everybody what's going on here.
The blue tank looked terrible at the Players, but it's looked really good at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to say that it looks better at the
eggs,
U.S. Open strictly due to the patterns they were on. It was flatter patterns, but because they were blowing on PBA patterns at the Players, but that's only my guess. But
all right.
I heard a lot of things from a lot of the players on the both side that said that the blue tanks are terrible.
So yeah, and again, to stop, I always said that I wasn't going to be one of these people that just starts complaining about the left side, but it's legitimately been really tough for me because we don't have a track. So, and that's what I was telling Spencer. I'm like, I know you can see it, but not having a track on the left side, everything either, if you get a little bit left, it wants to go that way. If you get it in a little bit, as soon as it sniffs friction, it wants to be really quick. So it just is really frustrating because I can't.
I just got to see the inside of it.
Yeah.
Is that sausage?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say. They take a hard-boiled egg, they wrap it in sausage.
It's so white.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so white.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drop it. Yeah, give me some.
Do you guys think
napkin
more
back.
oil patterns are going to be designed to combat urethane? Honestly, the PBA is going to be stuck in their ways, and they're continue to put the crap patterns that they put down.
Napkin?
USBC, I thought
Scotch
they did a
egg.
pretty
There
good
we
job
go.
this week
We gotta hold the napkin
of
up.
combating some urethane. I know the
Yeah,
guys.
this is a
on
hard-boiled
Pickle
egg
quite a bit of
wrapped in-
urethane,
yeah.
so.
Hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage and breadcrumbs. So we're gonna see what this is all about. I can't remember what he said her name was.
There's
Terrible.
another. I know someone that was on with Swag, but recently upgraded to Motive. Only thing he might not like is being a brand ambassador from the word go. Being a brand ambassador is fantastic. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If you don't have kids, it's perfect.
Don't have kids, don't have a life.
Yeah, if you don't have a kid, yeah, 100%. It's a lot of work, and I loved it. I loved the opportunity I had. I needed to take a step back and actually have some fun, focus on me, hang out with my friends. Personal issues. That's all it was. Luke, do you think older equipment would help you on the left-hand side?
Hold on a second.
You gonna choke?
No, it was amazing.
I was gonna say, do I need to do CPR?
This tastes like you're eating a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit that's deep fried.
The only problem with that is I do not do egg white.
Oh my god.
Amanda would absolutely tear that up then. Because she with her diet, she eats a lot of egg white.
Yeah.
And then what?
But
My
so
mom
that
puts egg white shells or egg whites chunks in her biscuits and gravy.
So do you use eggs?
No, I only scrambled. Only scrambled. I'm picky. That's
His face is facing judgment.
only.
Yeah. Pro of judgment.
Everybody's always like, "You eat those deviled eggs on Thanksgiving?" Absolutely not. You can have the whole batch.
Yeah. But so when you bowl on the right side of the lane, you get some wear. Anytime you use anything, you get wear on it. The right side of the lane, you can't continue to throw balls and throw balls and throw balls and throw balls, and so you eventually build up some extra friction.
Yeah.
On that side of the lane, it doesn't happen on the left side of the lane, and so you don't understand the amount of stability that you have in the middle part of the lane until all of a sudden you don't have it anymore. And so I'll throw decent shots on the left side. It's like, oh, I got that board or two left, and then it just kind of spins and it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going.
Yeah.
But if you get it in a little bit, as soon as it sniffs friction, it's gone. So the track friction both gives you stability and can kind of bleed some energy off, so that when you tug the ball a little bit, it starts hooking a little bit earlier. So it just kind of gets there, and then it kind of does one of these. So it skids, and then it kind of does that and walks up. That's why a lot of righties can't use urethane, because they have extra friction. That's why it's so good on the left side, is because we don't have that friction the righties have. And so righties are like, urethane is very niche and kind of whatever else, but on the left side, urethane creates the track that we don't have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Another example too, I think the U.S. Open wise was that the lefties struggled. I mean, actually pretty much all the patterns except for 4 that I've seen. Didn't get to watch a ton of 3 because of work, but if you look at the patterns, the guys are in front of the ball return, the righties, and they're literally just laying it down in your lay down spot. So the front's probably got really bad.
yeah, so if we have dry heads and then no friction in the mid lane whatsoever, so it's like hook, skid, hook.
Yeah, and that's probably exactly what it was doing. So I could see why the lefties. Packy shot himself in the foot, but he also had really bad ball reaction last 2 games. He did say, when I talked to him recently, he did say that he likes the new pink hammer. Pink hammer looks pretty good. So Pat's probably got 9 of them coming.
Yeah.
It is pretty. I like watching it go down the lane.
Yeah.
Pink with white, can you go wrong? I don't need one, but I was asking Trevor if he's going to get one. I don't like dark bowling balls. I said, but you like urethane.
I like pink, so I mean,
Then you should get one for Pickle.
Yeah. So let's not get into that discussion. Haley with the urethane bowl, Trevor with flip.
she just wants to piss off Tom Patton.
She doesn't care though. She keeps it in her bag. I don't know if she's thrown it much. She didn't bowl last night, so I still can't believe he lost. I don't think he's gonna make it during the stream. So
Yeah.
So Trevor last night at the Topeka shootout.
Just waiting to show off the dessert, and then we'll.
Yeah, you're good. He lost to a guy picking up a 7-10 last night.
Yeah.
Picks up, he covers the 7-10 for Trevor to lose, and I thought he was going to absolutely lose his mind.
That's rough.
Absolutely lose his mind. I got one of each. Their new release, pink hand, 3D offset, deviate collision. I really, really want the 3D offset. Really want it. Yeah, he was. So it's hard to explain his. Like, I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, he covered
funny.
it just with ease. Did you see the video?
No.
It was your typical boom, out of the pit, whack, down. Trevor, he literally took his ball back in front of Jesse at Gage and just chucks it onto the floor, onto that wood paneling. And then he looks at me and he goes, "Here, those are some trash."
Yeah.
Oh. That Scotch Eggs need some hot sauce. I agree on that. I'd be eating hot sauce with that. Luke's not a big hot sauce guy, though,
No.
because he doesn't like the
hot-
vinegar.
I like hot things, but I can't stand hot sauce. Like buffalo sauce is the most wretched thing I've ever tasted.
And I love buffalo sauce. Absolutely love buffalo sauce. I like vinegar, though. Like, go to, say, Long John Silver's and get fish with the vinegar on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep firing any questions here. I think we're going to show off one more thing. We're just going to chat for a little bit. We can answer bowling questions. We can answer beer questions. We can answer whatever you want. You can ask how tall Jonathan Hahn really is. I'm sitting on my foot, so it makes me look taller, by the way.
We can do that for our next jersey giveaway.
Guess my height?
Well, yeah.
No, so I won't answer that question then. No, I think we're still planning on trying to do something Super Bowl.
Let's talk. Yeah, we can talk a little bit more
4 foot 6
NFL,
inches.
maybe. Yeah.
Ill pad.
He's not Peter Dinklage, okay?
I promise you, I'm not 4 foot 6. That's my grandma. She's actually 4'9" or 4'10", something like that. My mom's only 5 foot even. But then my dad's 6 foot, so it makes no sense.
Who is Gabby Douglas, the Olympian, the Olympic gymnastic? That she's only like 4'10" or something. Yeah, she's really short. She looks bigger on TV.
Most of the the gymnasts are tiny. 5'2"? Nope. I'm gonna get one of those kid backpacks that carry $3,000 around in case he opens the
Yeah.
We should totally
It's
do
gonna
that.
it's gonna be like the Book of Boba Fett or the Mandalorian.
I would
The Book of Boba. I don't know if you've seen that, but Luke Skywalker carrying around Grogu and the.
I would totally do that. That would be hilarious. Now we need Ilpat. We need matching jerseys for that. We found out how to let Haas talk. Give Luke some good food. Yeah, let him eat, and I'll just sit here and talk to you. Luke, have you drilled up a hybrid recently? There's a several. Actually, Angel just recently drilled one.
She
Her
did?
First one ever.
I'm getting ready to roll another one too because it just.
And I may be drilling one. It'll only be like my 6th, 5th. I've had some of the other darn things. They're so good.
I think it'll be number 6 for me because I had a handful right hand and I had 2 lefty. I'm pretty sure. I just haven't drilled one since I've been back lefty again. But after drilling hers.
Also, I'm sure they have a booster seat so you wouldn't have to sit any side on the chair. I am literally sitting on my feet. But I'll sit in a booth in a restaurant. This is how I sit. # short problems. No judgment. I love you all, though. It's okay. I'm literally like the coolest guy about the short jokes ever. I don't care. Trust me, I was teased about it in high school and school. I didn't really care. And it was never really teased. It was more like jokes, just throwing them at you.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
were never like,
Harsh
"You're
or like
stupid, short."
mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna
But the
say
same
bad
thing with
words.
me and the pale and the ginger thing. That's why it just kind of, yeah.
But I'm also
Throwing up the color balance.
I got
there.
along with everybody because I'm a people person. You know what I mean? Are we getting? Oh, we're getting them again.
We got comments showing up again. That's awesome.
They have personalized mugs for when they go.
Yeah,
So they surely have the hot seat. I should have made mine the hot seat.
Yeah, you can have you can have a business seat.
No, so I'm a people person. So like when back in school, if people make short jokes and stuff, I just get along with people. You know, it doesn't bother me. You give it to me, I give it back. Luke, do you think the sanded pearls would be good for the left side, like 1,000 to 2,000 grit?
The what?
Sanded pearls on the left side, 1,000 to 2,000 grit.
That's why I'm going to drill another IQ tour now.
I might just take the one that used to be mine and just drill it again.
Yeah. Trevor. I don't think Trevor's really even throwing the one that I gave him anymore. So.
But that one that you have, that's mine.
Yeah, sure. That you gave to him, and now I gave him mine. So.
I might just drill that again.
Punch it back
We
up.
didn't know if we could fix the pit.
Yeah, I didn't know if I could fix his. But...
How's you're not sure? You're just fun size. Exactly. Oh, there they are. What's going on?
Yeah, we got the stuff.
Oh, we have. Yes.
Yeah, just go tell our waitress to, or hook them up. I don't know if the rest of everybody knows about the deal. Yeah.
Well, there's no table.
Well,
There's no table though. There's no table, but we have seats.
yeah.
We're currently live on the tubes right now. So
Yeah, we'll turn this off here in a minute.
we'll be turning this off shortly.
Yeah, if you
So
want to come hang out here, we can kind of reorganize everything.
yep, you can come up here.
So,
I need another IQ. But yeah, maybe I'll just drill that IQ Nano Pro. Unless you have plans for it.
no, I was just sitting down there waiting for Trevor, and he's
It's
not
not
going
gonna hurt anything. Just put some drips in it.
Yeah.
I actually liked it. I'm fun size though.
So yeah, I need another.
We are getting full comments again.
Yeah, so I need another Nano Pearl. I've got some stuff on the drill list because I'm finally figuring out what stuff is good for me and what's not. And if stuff just doesn't work, I just can't fight it anymore. I've tried with the Zen. My second Zen last night is the last time I'm ever going to throw that one because it just doesn't work.
Maybe I'll pin one.
Huh?
I'm thinking about pinning down in one.
I need to pin down one. If that would be the only way it'd work, because it just labors. It just labors, and my phase 3 does exactly what I wanted my Zen to do, and what it would do if it actually reacted for me like it reacts for everybody else.
I've legit thought about ordering another one just to put it pinned down. Doing something similar we did with the Widow Ghost.
Yeah, and some stuff just doesn't work. I'm going to try to still work with my Helios because I think that really would work, but that cover just, aside from the Axiom, that cover I haven't liked it on anything. So the Axiom's fine, but the Proton is too much or too clean. I like the Gem better than the Proton.
No, we will not talk about the Gem.
Yeah, the High Road Max. It's kind of the same thing. It either wanted to be too early or too long and flippy.
Right.
And then Extreme Tracks on the Idle Helios is kind of the same deal.
That's a good question.
So, again, the Idle Helios is a little too long and a little too quick, or it wants to react too soon.
Yeah.
So it just...
Right. Any international balls on your drill list?
Oh, yes. I've got a bunch on
I
my
have
drill
none.
list. The Hustle Pink, which is a PBR. It's a polished PBR. It's a factory polished PBR. I want one of those. I have one of those. I just need to drill it. The Pink Badger, I have one of those. Need to drill that. The IQ Pink, which is also an IQ Tour Fusion, and then the Marvel Max Impact, which is NEX solid, but it comes polished. Plus, I've got a ProMotion Tour, which is the solid version of the Nova cover on the ProMotion Tour. So I do have several of them.
Bottom one.
Yeah.
Bottom one.
I know you can't talk about the gym because you can't talk about the cover stock. Yes, the gym cover stock is Microtrax Solid, which is the same cover that was on the UFO, but the UFO was Microtrax 20, but it's the same base cover, and then the same base cover as the Halo. So it's a very Halo UFO-esque reaction out of the gym. So it rolls like the Halo, or it rolls like the UFO, but it reminds me kind of the Halo. And so it's in that same general reaction zone, but it is, for me, stronger than either the Proton or the Reality. The Proton and the Reality are longer and quicker. The Gem's a little earlier and smoother.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right. So I think we're gonna go. We're at 2 hours here, so I think we're gonna go ahead and turn it off. We got some people here we're gonna hang out with and have some drinks with, and we had some food, and we have a dessert on the way, and we might have to get more dessert. But
Sounds like you're gonna get some food too.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty.
Yeah.
You have high road gold. No, Trevor does though. Thanks for the show,
Yep.
boys. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, Elpad, thanks for the $20 for
Do
the
not
beers.
have a high road, but yep. Thanks again, Elpad. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
We'll see you Wednesday night.
This was fun. Yep.
Wednesday night for the breakdown pair, 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Yep. And I might have something for everybody Monday night.
There you go.